Everyone,
Okay, so before we get to go to
Gaming
Zalo,
here, and I'm
we gotta
here
go
with.
through this. Although to you it doesn't matter. It's
Well,
You saw her. Yeah. You saw her in the episode 3 of the GX, and
episode 3
it seemed
of
like
the
for
GX.
some reason a lot of people wanted to see the rabbit deck that she was running. So, even though she doesn't have a point of view, and so she won't really be doing much revealing of her deck on camera,
Thank God.
we thought that you guys wanted it, so we might as well show you here, right?
yeah.
So why don't you start off explaining some of your cards?
That's really explain. That's not a good idea. I'm not good at explaining. I'll say which ones I love the most, though.
Alright. Well, here's Rabbit Dragon, her strongest monster in her deck.
Just barely weaker than Blue Eyes.
It basically,
It's so fluffy.
it is literally a rabbit dragon.
Yeah,
So,
that's the name.
it's a
Rabbit
2950
Dragon.
monster attack, almost as strong as a Blue Eyes, funny enough. She doesn't bring it out often, but when she does, it
She doesn't bring it
is
out
a big
ever.
thing for everyone to get over.
Berserkion.
Nothing much more to say on it, other than this was a card that Minty really wanted added to the deck.
Peter,
For
not
obvious
much more to
reasons.
say.
Yep. Anyway, here's Sabersaurus, her strongest vanilla monster. That's
Not
level
a-
4.
Not a fluffy.
Basically, she mainly brings it out as attacking, or sometimes she brings them out to the effects of the rescue monsters. Just it exceeds into.
I love how you can clearly see
Yeah.
all these freaking like.
Then you got
no notes
Kabuza,
on it.
same deal.
Rabbit is clearly
Basically
one.
rescue
they have
rabbit
two.
material.
How the Green has a monster aboard.
Then you got-
Ambush
That
and
and
Dust Shoot.
they're both rescue
Judgment all have
materials,
X's through them.
like
I know
that
at the time of
one
this recording,
and
Judgment is
even
at
Oaf,
1.
Oaf,
But
Oaf
at the time when
numbers,
this
2, 4,
X video
6,
that
oh,
we're
6 of those
watching
cards
of the
I
deck
can use
profile
for
was
Rescue
recorded,
Rabbit.
Yep.
it was
Then you got
bad,
Dark
yeah.
Rabbit.
Because it's a rabbit.
Kind of a weak monster, but it's a rabbit. It's fun.
It's a rabbit.
She's brought it out
There's the
to
Batman boxer
very good
rabbit
effectiveness in
puncher.
the past
Because
duels,
it makes it
actually,
sound like
when we
he's
testing
punching
it.
rabbits.
Did I?
Well, when you were facing some of those other people, you seem to have brought it out and just started beating on them with it.
Yeah.
Then you got one of Minty's favorites in here, Vanilla.
Why is it only at 1? Because I got
I
20,000
love it.
and 50th defense.
She's so small.
He's
She's
a-
so small.
It's
He may
2,050
have like very
defense.
little attack points, but he does make up for it for really high defense.
No shit.
I only ever use him
Flambeau
as
Guard is
defense.
blushing. Flambeau Guard's also a tuner.
Just
So.
throw him down there, being like, "Oh, you want to attack it? Oh, guess what? It's offensive."
Yep. Then you got Rescue Cat. Send this card to the
Disturbingly
grave to
good.
special summon two level 3 or below beast monsters from your deck onto the field, which can be a variety of monsters in this deck.
It's low-key broken. The problem is
So-
I can't use their
people
attacks
prefer
or
rank
attack
4s because the rank 4 toolbox
Yeah.
is better than the rank 3 toolbox.
I can use them to make a chip. You know
A
what I mean?
Synchro or Exceeds, yeah.
Yeah.
You got 2 Rescue
You got
Rabbits,
3
basically
level
the same thing
3s,
as
you got
Rescue
3
Cat,
rank
except
3s, and
they're
one's
for
a
level
copy of
4s,
another.
which are mainly these 6 right here.
Yeah.
Then you got X Saber
Yeah.
Airbellum. He's just there as a synchro material, a tuner
He's
monster
Wolverine.
for her synchros.
Have any of you ever been able to pull off Airbellum's effect successfully? I have once.
He's
You
like
got-
Wolverine.
Yeah. Then you got Sangan. Using him, you can easily get one of the rescue monsters or a defensive monster if you need to, using him
Vanilla. Or Dark Rabbit.
when he's destroyed.
I in one duel, I ended up calling him a Karibo for fun, and I just say, "Don't diss my Karibo. He might be a little messed up. He might be a little bit of that special Karibo, but he's special to me."
And then you got Neospatial Grand Mode.
Because
Minty
of
has yet to
course.
use this guy properly.
Yeah.
Why does she have the rock
Basically,
monster
if you know the
Grand
game,
Mole,
you've run
don't?
into this guy more than once.
Grand Mole is
Whenever
low-key
he battles another
broken.
monster, whether you attack
It's
or they
easily the
attack,
best of the
both monsters are
Neospatians.
sent back to wherever they came from. Whether it be a hand, extra deck, or so.
Yeah.
He just needs
Then
to
you-
get,
Gotta
like,
use
2
him
or
properly.
3.
This is my favorite.
This is her favorite card in the deck, Mecha Bunny.
This is my favorite. Oh, he's so. Oh, I
When
want to
it's-
toy
Mecha
him.
Bunny, I like.
I know. Whenever this card is flipped up, just deal 500 damage to your opponent, and if it's destroyed, you get to set another Mecha Bunny. So potentially you can be dealing 15,000 of the burn damage to your opponent.
And then all 3 die, and then you get said fuck.
So awesome. I love him.
I know.
I use him to its full potential.
Yep, all the time.
Maxi.
Then you got Maxi. You know this guy. Discard this guy from your hand at the beginning of whatever your opponent's about to do. And every time they special summon during the turn, Minty here gets to draw.
Yeah.
Ever take the Maxi challenge? I have.
Then you got very fun, Mystical Beast of the Forest.
I have no idea what this card is.
So cute.
I know what it. Well, I know
You
what it is,
discard
but I
one
don't
card
know.
from your hand. Then you can target 2 level 2 below monsters, except for this monster itself
Oh, yeah,
to
this
special
thing.
summon. So she could potentially bring out some monsters like Vanilla and such.
Mecha Bunny.
They're mainly there for being a level 2 tuners for her synchros.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mystical Beast here
Then-
is like one I kind of know,
Yeah.
but I kind of
Then you
don't.
got
Like,
Blade
being a
Rabbit.
professor, you know?
And one of the OGs, but she's been able to use it pretty well. Basically, when it changes from attack to defense,
I need
she gets to
this
destroy a
character
monster on the
live.
field.
It's so fun.
No one ever expects the Blade Rabbit.
No one ever expects the bunny.
Then you got another tuner, Key Mouse. When it's destroyed by
Key Mouse
battle
has a
and sent
nice
to the grave,
chain with Lock
you can
Cat
special
and
summon
Chain
one
Dog.
level 3 or below beast monster from your deck and add it to your hand.
Yeah.
There's some synergy
Then you
there.
got
I've
the
tried deck
basic Dark
before.
Hole. Basically
It's
destroys all
it's
monsters on the
interesting.
field in case she needs it.
It's not really good, but it's interesting.
Pot of Greed, you know this card. Draw 2 cards. If you guys
Wait,
want the
that's what it
description
does?
of this card, I'll link it down below.
So hard to understand.
Yeah.
Complex math.
Then you got
Oh.
Pot of Avarice.
Oh, I love that. That one's fun.
She
I
loves.
use it with my mecha bunnies. Oh.
Mm-hmm. And people hate it for it. Because then she
Automatically
did.
is one of those cards
Then
that
you get
break
to
the
deal up
first
to
turn.
3,000 potentially now. Using them.
Yeah.
Then you got
Oh.
Swords, just in case she needs to stall out for a few turns to get the right cards.
Yeah.
Gold Sarcophagus. If you guys seen my stuff on my end, you know what this card does. Banish a card for 2 turns, then you get it back in 2 turns. Into your hand.
Really broken in Dragon.
Monster Reborn. If you don't know what this card is, I'm sorry.
You're missing out. And it's at 1 now.
What, me?
On this recording.
You get to bring back a monster
I
from
know
either
what it
player's
is.
graveyard. Okay.
I
But
know what it is.
Monster Reborn
I know you,
2.
Yo. I've been around since the beginning.
I know. Smashing Ground. Basically just destroys a monster with the highest defense, which is most likely she's gonna play this card whenever the opponent only has monsters, or she knows that she's gonna win that battle for sure.
I've used it whenever I was trying to
used
get
it
rid
to
of
get
a
rid of
monster, and I
pains.
noticed that its defense was higher than mine, and I went, oh, well then.
Let's
Yep.
fix that, shall we?
Well, and then here's one of the new cards that just came to the game actually.
At the time of the recording, it's only the OCG.
Emerging Emergency Rescue. Basically, if she has life points lower than her opponent's, she
It's
gets
an
to reveal
adorable
3
picture.
beasts with 300 attack and 100 defense from the deck.
Even though they're only
the
rabbit isn't on
opponent
there,
gets
we
to
got
choose
2
one,
cats,
and she gets to add it to the
we got a
deck.
cat,
She can only activate one of this.
ferrets, but
Activate
where's
only one of these per
rabbits?
turn, though.
It doesn't work, though, whenever they're not in my deck. Like, if I'm down, like, a few,
maybe
they
you
won't,
shouldn't be
won't
running
work. I
two.
mean,
Well-
I pressed it down once, and it just didn't activate for me, and I was sitting there going, I
May-
need these things. Give them to me.
Yeah.
I need these things. Give them to me.
Mainly I would say combo with Pot of Avarice.
Me. That's the best one.
Yeah.
Ugly as Satan, but it's so
Ugliest
great.
as Satan.
Wait,
Yeah.
does the pot have a Hitler mustache?
It does.
Oh god.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I
Then
know
you got
something like
Mystical
that.
Space Typhoon. You know, this one destroys
Also
spell
the
trap card on the
rhinos.
field. Book of Moon, which she has used to annoy people a lot.
I have.
I'll use,
She gets to
I use Book of
choose a
Moon
monster
your
on the field and
link
change it to
monster.
face down defense.
Why didn't anything happen?
Forbidden Lands. basically what this card does is it's a quick play, so she can target one monster on the
Firewall
field.
Dragon in defense
It loses
of,
800 attack, but it is unaffected by a spell of spells of traps. So she can use it to lower the attack points of an opponent's monster for them to lose a battle, or she can use it to save one of her own from like a dark hole per se.
I have used it to like quickly reduce someone's attack so I can kill their monster.
Yeah,
It's very useful.
I
I mean, I do
would
straight
imagine that's
before that
mainly the
card,
use
but
for
even
it.
then, the
Yeah, it
progressing
is usually
clause
the
does
main
make it
use for
better.
it.
Horn of the Phantom Beast. She gets to target
Low-tier
one beast or beast
broken.
warrior, and it gains 800 attack. And whenever it destroys a
Low-key
monster,
broken. It actually was very
she gets to draw a
useful
card for it.
In the old days of like, hey, just get a bunch of vanilla beast
bottomless
sticks.
trap hole of a 15 or
All
above
beast
monsters summoned. She gets to
It gets a
destroy and
power
banish
boost,
it.
and you get to draw a card. There is no
Then
downside to
Mirror
that card.
Force. You know this one.
It's the best.
Well, what
Torrential
does Mirror
Tribute.
Force do?
Actually, this one's not supposed to be in here.
Oops.
Is it?
Nah, I forgot to tell you to take this one out. Not allowed in the group, sadly enough.
Also,
Trust
we're gonna take out all
Trap
3 of your
Dust
mecha
Shoots.
bunnies.
If she gets this turn 1, it's really good for her. If her opponent has 4 or more cards in her hand, she gets to look at her opponent's hand and select a monster in it, and she gets to return it back to their deck.
And that's why it's
Oh,
banned.
that. I remember one duel I did. Someone
Look for
had
trap removal,
drew
falling
their like
through a trap.
strongest card, which is like this. I don't remember what it was called, but it was this big skeleton thing. It had like 4,000 attack and defense, and when it's summoned, it reduces everyone else's attack except for its own. And I was just like,
Look
I
at
put it
Dreadroot.
right back to his deck. It was just
Yeah, that's one of the best uses for it.
it was so funny.
Turn it up, Molly Hatchet.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Anyway, Dimensional Prison. When an opponent's monster declares battle, she gets to banish it.
That's 2 of them.
I love that one.
She has 2 of
It's
them.
annoying.
I have 2. And they're so fun.
Then she's got a
Card is
basic
starting
Scrap
to
Iron
get
Scarecrow. You know this card is really good. She gets to stop an attack with it, and then she gets to set it right back down.
Infinite usage.
It is great to be using it than being used against with it.
No
As
shit.
you heard from her duel.
True.
Grand,
I'm using it.
yeah, Grand Horn of Heaven. I love this card. Is personally I like. Basically, during your opponent's main phase, they get to whenever they would special summon a monster, she gets to negate it. If they do, she gets to destroy. They get to draw a card for it, but she immediately ends their main phase, so they go straight into battle phase.
Or
Meaning they
end their
can't do
turn.
anything more that turn during that main phase.
Yeah.
Then you got a negate attack, just ends the battle phase whenever they attack.
Decent.
And Solemn Judgment. She gets to pay half her life points to negate almost basically anything that their opponent is about to do.
I've used that one before.
Yep.
I've used that quite a few times. I
I don't know
that
why
one.
that's
There's
banned in
something
there.
funny.
You don't even run Cyber
Here's
Dragon.
something funny.
Like I guess for your mecha bunnies.
The Scarecrow. I don't remember his name very well.
Scrap Iron.
Imagine like we both had it on the field. That'd be funny.
It would
That
have
would be
been.
an infinite loop of no one's allowed to do anything.
If you can hear
No
a noise,
playing
that's
Yu-Gi-Oh.
that he's playing now. He likes to play the worst times. I could hear him digging and he's like standing on his hind legs and hitting the fence.
Yeah. Anyway, continuing on. Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. Basically, this is her favorite card. She doesn't get to bring it out often.
Yeah.
This card is. Yeah. Whenever this card is special summoned, whenever a level 5 or higher monster is special summoned to the opponent's side, she automatically puts it right back to their hand or extra deck.
You know
She can
all
only
about
do it
that,
once per
eh,
turn though,
Mario?
but it's very good trolley effect.
I think most of my deck is trolling.
It is.
Yeah. Then she's got Brionic, which she uses quite often.
Yeah.
Basically, she gets to discard a number of cards to the grave, then she returns the same amount back to the opponent's hand or extra deck.
An Ice Barrier
It
card
really is,
and an
huh?
Ally of Justice card. Both have one thing in common.
Then you got Ally of Justice Castor. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles a non-dark monster, destroy it. So it's an automatic
Yeah,
destruction
don't look
deal.
up any of their other cards.
Say,
Just look,
say
you can
for
just look
a
at their
bit,
secret
I
monsters
kept
and
reading
you'll probably be fine.
that card wrong for a bit,
Yeah,
and I
but
kept
that's
thinking it
just
meant
one card.
just dark monsters, and I was like, are you sure it was Dark Monster? And then someone corrected me, like, oh, I see it now. I see it now.
This card dies to
I
Red
kept
Eyes
reading
Black
it
Dragon.
wrong for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you got her one of her favorite XCs that she always goes into,
Oh, God.
a
I always-
Bulbasaur Legia.
I love using him. He's just so fun to use.
Yeah. Whenever your opponent would try to special summon or spell and trap card they try to activate, she could just discard 2 overlay units from it, negate and destroy it.
Hatch.
It's so fun. Especially when they're trying to, like, get out the best cards of the cards. I'm like, oh, no, sorry.
Bitch, please. You're not allowed to play the
Today is
game.
not the day.
Yep. Then she's got Dolka. Basically does the same thing except only does it for monster effect, and she only has to discard 1 overlay unit for it.
Hatch.
So meaning she can do it up to twice.
Yeah, I can use that a lot on your
Then she
cards.
runs-
Aren't your cards mainly monster effects?
Xyz
Yep.
Reborn.
We
Distinct Kill the
actually
Sacred
do it
Beast.
twice, but,
Night
you know.
Line.
Then she has the Steel Swarm Roach, which basically does the same thing, but for level 5 or higher. Then she's got Lavier, the Sea Dragon. Once per turn, she can detach 1 Xyz material from
Foggy
this card,
Rabbit.
and target 1 of her banished level 4 or below monsters, and special summon it to her side of the field. So, if any of her monsters would get banished or by the only effect of rescues, she can basically bring it back and use them once
Rabbit
more.
Cat goes to the GY.
I get to get to use them.
Then she's got the Wind Up Zen Minus.
Then means.
Basically, if this card would be destroyed by any means, she could just discard an overlay unit and negate it. And if it was a monster that did it, or basically any card, by the end phase, it is destroyed.
Unless you attack it 3 times.
So basically, it's a very strong defensive measure.
Yeah. I don't get to summon it often, though.
Yeah. Anyway, but
Well, that kills that.
that was the rabbit deck that she used, or bunny deck as she likes to call it.
Very
It's
useful
the
deck.
bunny deck. Oh, bunny dinosaur, but mainly bunny.
She's gonna be using this more the more she appears. She may not just appear on my side, she may appear on other people's point of views,
Devo
as she may be requested on their end. But we
Appreciate
do
that
hope
so
that you
much.
enjoyed this watching this. And if you're all wondering, this is a picture of Minty in the background, since I
Yeah.
thought it'd be appropriate for her picture to be in the back for
That's
this one.
adorable.
Well, picture of Ruby.
Yeah,
Ruby,
she.
Minty,
This is
same
a picture
thing.
that she drew. And if you want to
Okay,
see
get the
more of
cat
her
in
art,
mind.
or just see this picture in particular, there's going to be a link down in the description to her DeviantArt, so that you can check out all her art right there.
Yeah.
So we do hope that
gives
you
me an
enjoyed
idea.
this video as much as we like making it, and I really do hope that you do check out the future episodes, because she will be appearing again, trust me.
Yeah. It's fun to do this.
Well, we're fading out, so that's just that.
Yeah.
About that.
So I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys next time.